The transfer portal keeps on portaling, so we need that latest update. Cormani McClain's gearing up for a decision, so are a couple other key names. I got On3 portal expert Pete Nakos on. We're going to break it all down, but first, hit subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. It's transfer portal season. It's recruiting season. It's all here. Jump on board, please, and hit subscribe. All right, let's bring on the great Pete Nakos, and we're going to start with TCU defensive lineman Dominic Williams. He is set to make his decision today, so hopefully this video goes out before he decides. Now, LSU's involved in this one. Oklahoma's involved. Texas is involved. But it appears that the NIL packages that are being offered continue to increase. So who's that helping in this recruitment?
So, he took visits to those three schools and also Missouri. I can tell you at this point that Missouri is definitely on the outside looking in. It's really come down to Texas, Oklahoma, and LSU. There's been a lot of momentum behind Oklahoma this morning. They were supposed to meet with Dominic Williams and his camp, from my understanding, around 10 a.m. Haven't heard a lot after that, but I just know that they were getting the last meeting with him. In terms of NIL, I think at the end of the day, Josh, all three of these schools are in the SEC. All three have an understanding of what NIL looks like in this day and age. I would think that all have presented pretty competitive offers, and now it's one of those situations where just got to see where the dominoes fall. This is an interesting one, though, because in the transfer portal, so often it's a kid gets on campus and he either commits on campus or he goes on another visit, and that's kind of how this feels. A lot more like a high school recruitment, if I can be honest with you. We a lot of questions unanswered at 12:30 Eastern time, and really no sign one or the other about which way this is going to go.
All right. What time does he decide? Do we have a time?
That is a great question. We don't have a time yet.
All right. Well, like I said, hopefully this video goes out before then. All right. Let's move on to one of the most intriguing names in the portal, and that is Colorado transfer Cormani McClain. We've talked about him a lot. Hasn't taken any visits that we know of just yet. We're about 2 weeks since he's entered his name in the portal. You talked to some sources, though, and have some intel that he will be deciding here in 1 or 2 weeks. What does that mean? Who's involved, and where do you think he's going to end up?
Yeah, talked to someone close to the situation yesterday, and they made it clear that they'd really like to make a decision the next week or two. In terms of where this is all headed, it was made really clear to me that he's talking to schools in the Big 10, the Big 12, and the SEC. I've yet to get any clarity on what those schools are. I've been trying to get there. I think everyone in the industry is trying to get that right now, and there has yet to be any clarity there. Obviously, though, a really talented recruit coming out of high school, flipped from Miami to Colorado, spent that 1 year with Deion Sanders, and I think the way things ended probably just haven't helped him find a landing spot. But obviously, the talent is still attracting some schools.
Yeah, originally, you thought there was three main teams: USF, UCF, and Memphis. The intel that you received yesterday, do you think that's more of a smokescreen to maybe drum up even more interest, or do you think that is legit?
I think a lot of schools still need a cornerback, and I think Cormani McClain has the size, right? A lot of these Big Ten programs don't want anyone who's under 6 feet, 6'1". I think he checks off a lot of those boxes. And I think that as this portal has kept on going, I think his stock has only gone up just because of the need for a cornerback for some of these programs.
All right. What do you guys think? Let me know. Comment section below. Where do you think Cormani McClain is going to land? Will it be USF, UCF, or Memphis, or a whole nother program that we haven't even been talking about? Let me know. Comment section below. Okay. Let's talk about another elite DB that put himself in the portal recently, and that is Peyton Woodyard. He's leaving Alabama, and about 48 hours after he announced he's leaving Bama, the experts started putting picks in for Oregon to land the standout DB. Is that still the case? And when do you think Peyton Woodyard could be making his decision?
Yeah, so Peyton Woodyard went in the portal earlier this week, and immediately I started to get some text messages that Oregon was going to be the school to watch, put that out there, and then quickly made sure to verify it some more, and then put in a prediction with On3 Steve Wiltfong. I've heard USC has been trying to get involved, but I really like Oregon here. He's getting on campus this weekend, and I would not be surprised if he makes a commitment in Eugene on Saturday or Sunday.
Michigan State defensive lineman Derek Harman. He's probably one of two, of the most coveted defensive linemen in the portal that's currently available. And you're hearing that there's 5 teams that stand out. When do you think Derek Harman will be ready to make a decision? Let us know who those 5 teams are.
Yeah, so he's gone on visits to Colorado and USC this past month in April when he went in the portal. And then when he went in the portal in the wintertime and ultimately decided to withdraw, he also went to Ohio State and Oregon. So those 2 other schools. So that's the 4. And then the 5th one is Michigan State. He stayed in contact with Michigan State this whole time. I think there's a chance that he thinks about going back there. I don't want to say it's a sure thing, but they're still definitely in the mix.
All right.
And sorry, but as for a timetable, I think there's some understanding that the defensive tackle position is obviously a really lucrative one this go around. So I think Derek, no exact specific commitment time, but I think he is aware that a lot of these programs might need to go in a different direction if he doesn't choose them. And I think that's kind of weighing on him. So hopefully get some clarity in the next few days, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if Dominic Williams goes to LSU, then maybe Texas needs, there's a couple dominoes that could fall. Could it benefit some of these defensive linemen to maybe wait a little bit longer to make their decision? Because it seems like their value's only going up.
Yeah, I mean, you obviously also have Simeon Barrow, who's gone to LSU, Missouri, and he just wrapped up at Miami earlier this week. Does he still go on a Florida State visit? There's been talks about a Texas one. A lot of LSU, Oklahoma, and Texas have gone all in. It kind of feels on Dominic Williams, and I think the rest of the market it will be determined by his decision later today.
Gotcha. All right. Well, Pete Nakos, thank you for dropping by the Inside Scoop. A big decision coming today. You guys, how we feeling about the transfer portal? Let me know. Comment section below. Well, you've made it to the end of today's video, but there's hundreds more videos on the On3 Recruits channel for you to check out. And also, while you're here, hit subscribe.